Good afternoon, happy stampers. Welcome. I'd like to welcome our live viewers on YouTube and on Facebook. Now, I do have a double camera up here. I'm trying something today and hoping that we don't get feedback, and it doesn't seem like we are, so that is good. So welcome. My name is Judi Anderson. I'm an independent demonstrator from the United States. And each week, Diane and I collaborate together to bring you some ideas. And this week, we decided that we were going to introduce our 2022 to 2024 ink colors and use a stamp set that is carrying over from our annual catalog. Our intent with this is to show you all how you can take these new ink colors and incorporate stamp sets and products that you already have to use with these because they are wonderful colors. As you saw, Diane introduced them yesterday, so I am going to go through them again today. I am going to flip this camera around. Okay. And I may have to get out of view in order to do some of this. So, in the meantime, good afternoon, Marjorie. Hello, good morning. Oh, good morning to you. You are from Canada. So, our new ink colors, what are they? They are Orchid Oasis. And now this is a gorgeous orchid purple color. I think it's going to be proved to be very, very popular. And that is one of the colors that Diane actually brought to you yesterday. Our next color is Parakeet Party, right here. And this is a green color. This is close to parakeet, or not parakeet. Oh my gosh, it is parakeet. Oh my gosh, Parakeet Party. This is coordinates really, really good with Granny Apple Green. It is a little bit lighter and brighter, and I am in love with this color. Our next color is Starry Night. And you guys can tell that already my voice is giving me some problems. I'm hoping it doesn't persist today. But Starry Night, this is a nighttime, it reminds me of the night sky, which is a dark blue with a hint of purple in it. Some of you have compared it to asked if it's like Night of Navy. No, it is not. It is dark. But you can definitely tell that it's got some more red in it, actually, which makes it look more purple. And the next color, okay, this is one of my favorites, Sweet Sorbet. This is a reddish, orangey color, not quite Poppy Parade. You guys have been asking me, was this like strawberry slush that you guys used to have? It is, no, it's not. It's actually a little bit deeper than the strawberry slush. Now, Tahitian Tide. Okay, you guys, this is similar to our old color that used to be Tempting Turquoise. It is going to go really good. Excuse me. I am so sorry. Really, really good with our Coastal Cabana, which is one of my favorite colors and Diane's favorite colors. And I am going to tell you, it took me and all my effort not to use Tahitian Tide and Parakeet Party today. I wanted to challenge myself, so I thought, I'm going to use one of my favorite new colors, so I'm going to use a Sweet Sorbet. So we're going to go down here now, and I'm going to raise this up just a little bit. Let's see there. And as you can see, these all come in ink pads, our classic ink pads. I'm going to be using Starry Night. I haven't even opened them all up. So I have the Starry Night here. I am going to open it up because I'm going to be stamping in it. So it does come in the classic ink pad. And our Stampin' Right markers, you get the set of 5. And then what I love is we're also getting a light and dark Stampin' Blend with each one of them. So I think that that is just wonderful. And then here's our colors again. Now it also, you can get a 6x6 stack of in color designer paper. And it has double size to these. I'm not going to go through them all. And I am loving the plaid. but just look at these colors. Don't they make you happy? You know, they sure do make me happy. And I think that when you guys, if you haven't gotten the catalog yet, you guys are going to love the catalog because this happiness runs through the catalog. But I'm going to clean this all up and move this out of the way. I am going to take my one view out of the picture so you can see more of what I am doing. So let's move this down just a little bit again. And like I said, I am going to be using our Peaceful Moments and our Painted Poppies stamp set. I have not taken this Painted Poppies out of my rack of stamp sets in quite a long time. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to see what I can do with this today. So let's get this opened up, and I have the dies. I've actually cut one of the dies. These no longer come in bundles, but the painted labels go with these. And then the Peaceful Moments are the verses. And I will tell you, I do use the verses all the time, all the sentiments. It is one of my go-to stamp sets for verses. Okay, I do have some pre-cut cardstock. Our card base is thick, basic white at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. Hey, Christine, how are you? So happy that you caught me live today. So, I'm looking for Cindy to see if Cindy gets on. She asked me how to find me. And, you know, I want to kind of mention that to all of you guys. If you are not seeing Diane or myself come up and getting notifications, the reason why is you guys do need to like our videos, comment on them, and share them. And then you will continue to get notifications in your feed. If you don't do that, Facebook is always changing their algorithms. And this is one way to guarantee that you do get notifications that we're coming on and you don't miss a class, right? Okay, so I have the Sweet Sorbet, and I decided to make this a layer, a mat, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. Then I have a piece of basic white that measures 3 3/4 by 5. I have pre-cut this die out of the Starry Night. And then I have about a 2-inch circle white to put in the center of this. I was just going to cut out along these lines. And then I thought, you know what? I'm not too good, even though it's perforated. It would never be a perfect circle. So I just cut one out instead. And we're going to be using that on top, placing it on top. So those are colors. And so I'm going to do my verse first, and I am going to make this a happy birthday card. So I am going to stamp the happy birthday in the Sweet Sorbet. Brand new pads. Look how nice and clean and shiny they are. My pads don't look like that very often. Okay, I just tap lightly, and I am going to put this offset just a little bit, and I'm going to offset it to the right, because I am going to stamp a flower on here also. Okay, let's clean that off. I need to clean them off right away or I forget. And then next time I go to stamp with the stamp set, it's dirty. Okay, now we're going to go into our Painted Poppies. And we are going to use this long stemmed image here. Now, normally I would stamp this in basic black, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to do all my stamping of my flowers a Starry Night, and just see how that looks. Let me grab a piece of graph paper to put underneath my stamping surface so I don't get ink all over. You know, I know you guys laugh with me, and you know, we always get a chuckle. Judi lately has seemed to do that little custom fingerprint on all her cards lately. Now I want to stamp this so this small bud does not show up on here. I just want this flower. So I'm going to stamp it right like that. And so I just have that bud there. Okay, so now I am going to grab my basic white, and this is going to be a horizontal card today, and I am going to stamp 5 flowers. I am going to place my die cut about where I'm going to put it. I think I'm going to put it on this side. Normally I would put it on here, but I think I'm going to maybe kind of towards the center a little bit more and up. So I am going to stamp 5 of these floral images. So let's go. And I don't want this middle one perfectly in the center. That's why I'm doing it first. And this one will be a little bit taller. And this one taller yet. And don't forget, your image does not have to be, the entire image does not have to be on the card. Now, this one, I'm going to go up a little bit. I don't want it to match this one perfectly on this side. I want to kind of go in between that height and this height. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. I don't want it uniform because if I'm off, then it really shows. And this one I'm going to do even taller. And once again, it does not have to be completely on your card. Okay, so we have those all stamped, positioned where we want them. Now we are going to grab our Stampin' Blends to color these. We could use our blender pen for the ones that are going to be Starry Night, but I want to use my blender pens on these to show you. Just use it all one thing. So we have that. We're going to go ahead and close up our ink pad. Look at it, it's nice and clean. My fingers don't, well, look at, already I got ink on there. I tell you, look at my ink pad. I'll show you. I thought I had 2 of them. Already ink on there. So I'm going to clean it off in case I grab it again. I don't want ink on there. So wipe my hand off. Okay, I am going to grab my Starry Night. And I want to go with the light. I know with that one. I am going to grab the Sweet Sorbet. And I am going to start with the light. I think that's going to be dark enough for my card today. Now, I do need some greenery because I do want green on this. So I am grabbing the Parakeet Party, and I've grabbed a Daffodil Delight Dark. Okay, the reason for this, even though this Starry Night has a touch of more red, so it's got a hint of purple to it, this looks like a red, white, and blue card. And we don't want that. So I want to incorporate another color into here just so it's not all red, white, and blue. But you know what? This would be a perfect card for that person that has a birthday in July, right? And in Canada, whenever you guys celebrate your heritage, you guys do red and white. But with that in mind, think of that. And these colors are perfect also for those birthday cards for July when it's a more of a patriotic theme. I love kind of theming my birthday cards to the month a little bit. It makes a person special. So I'm going to start with my Daffodil Delight. And as usual, I always color with my point. And I'm probably going to end up using both colors. This is the dark. I am going to grab the light and feather that from out to in. So I'm feathering this the other way because I don't want to make the ends really dark, but I did want that little bit of shading on here. So we've got that. Now we're going to decide, okay, how are we going to color these? And I have not used these blends yet, so I don't know how dark they are. I may go, no, I'm definitely going to stick with the light. And I'm just going to color this like that. Now I am going to use my color lifter to blend that color out. And I am going to, we'll do this one here. When you're using 3 colors in 5 images, sometimes it's hard to decide how you want to color them because I could do both blue on the outside, then the
the red and then the yellow, and then it looks right to the eye, it looks uniform. This way it's going to look like it's a pattern. Blue, red, yellow, you know. So just do it however you want. Um, and you'll get the effect. Ooh, I love this color here. And you're going to notice when you stamp with your ink pads, I did notice, like Diane said yesterday with the orchid, um, it does get a little bit lighter as it dries, which is really interesting to me. And these, so you can see that that is pretty dark. So I am going to grab my color lifter and I want to spread that color out and lighten it. Now it doesn't bring the color out a whole lot, so it's not like our regular blender pen, but it will color that outer edge. And I do want it a little bit lighter. I don't want it so dark. I don't, you know, I don't know. I marvel at these demonstrators and customers who color their images in dark. Okay. They color in dark and they look great. I think that when I color my images in really dark, that it looks too dark to me. But I know that if I would just leave it, it would be beautiful because others do it and it looks beautiful and I like it. So, you know, it's just a me thing. It may be a you thing. How many of you feel like that when you're coloring sometime? And I'm just bleeding this all out. I do want it a little bit deeper at the base. Okay, I am going to do the same with my sweet sorbet. I want to pull that out at the ends so it's a little bit lighter. Now that color I might want deeper, but you know, that's the beauty of your Stampin' Blends. You can do this and it lightens as it goes. So I'm going to let it dry a little bit. And while I'm waiting for it to dry, I'm going to use my parakeet party and I'm going to color in the leaves and the stems. And I am not going to worry a whole lot about shading with these either. Just going to color. I have a very, very light touch here to get those stems colored. If you press too hard, you will go outside the stems, and that's okay too. You know, that's, you know, a watercolor look. And it, you know, your eye deceives you sometimes. So I just do it very, very light. I'm barely touching this paper. Okay, I think I am going to go in darker with my sweet sorbet. I am thinking with this one, I do want it more solid. I'm not coloring it all in, I'm just doing some dark so it isn't so blended. Okay, so that is my stamping. So we have that. You could leave it just like this. I need to color this flower here. And I think I am going to color it. Oh, I'm thinking I'm going to do the sweet sorbet. I was thinking to begin with when I thought of this card that I was going to do it the Daffodil Delight. I even surprise myself sometimes. And you know, I just love how these all coordinate with the, okay, there we go. Okay, with the papers. And you know, the blends and all the other products are made to coordinate, not be exactly the same color. And as we're speaking about that, I am going to bring in the ribbon. I absolutely love this ribbon. It reminds me of that brass ribbon that we had that you can pull out. Diane showed you how to shred it yesterday. You can pull this out and make it look fat and skinny, make it look different, give it different looks. You can pull it tight. Now these, I'm going to show you here. The sweet sorbet in particular, okay, it is going to coordinate with your sweet sorbet, but it is not as deep of a color, okay? So when you look at it, see how pinky it looks here? But once you get it down on here, look it picks up that color. So don't panic when you get your ribbon and it's like, oh my gosh, this isn't right. It looks pink to me. When you put it on here, it is fine, you guys. I am in absolute love with this ribbon. And okay, I'm looking for the Starry Night. The orchid, you can see how more purple the orchid is, and the Starry Night is more blue. It does have that touch, a little bit more touch of red than your Night of Navy or your True Blues. So it's got a hint of purple to it. But when you put it up there, it coordinates fine, you guys. Okay, I don't think I'm going to use any ribbon on here. But what I am going to do, I think it needs a little bit more on here. So I'm going to pull in that Daffodil Delight. And how I'm going to pull it in is I want to pull it in with the splotches here. So I am just going to stamp it full strength, but I'm not going to stamp the whole thing. I want these light areas. Now you could use your Stampin' Blend or your Stampin' Write marker to do the same effect. But I think that this is great just like this. You know, I think I may be putting ribbon on this after all, as I'm looking at this. So I'm not going to attach this to my card. I'm going to go ahead and attach this. And I think I am also going to be putting, oh, I hate to do this and then ruin my card. Oh, I wouldn't ruin it, but I just don't know if I want a whole lot of the splotches on. I just kind of want a few here and there. So I'm just going to be stamping. I'm not putting my entire stamp down. I'm actually lifting it a little bit. I only want these little specks on there. I can do a little bit more speck up there, maybe a little bit more down there. And let's have a bigger blotch there just so that that kind of matches. And we're going to do one up here. Okay, so we've got some blotches on there, which I like. I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the Sweet Sorbet. I almost called it strawberry. Okay. I am going to set this on here, and I am going to attach this with Stampin' Dimensionals. But when I attach this, I'm only going to put them at the top and the bottom because I may want to run some of the ribbon underneath there. I have to put it together, you know, kind of get it together and eye it up. I always have one idea, and then it's like, you know, when you start doing it, it's like, oh my gosh, this would be so much better this way or this way. How many of you have used your Sweet Poppies lately? Or your your Painted Poppies? Let me know. Okay, I just had it here because I just opened something up with it. So here's my Take Your Pick tool. I am going to lay my ribbon underneath this as I adhere it. And I think I am going to go with a Starry Night. I'm going to keep with that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, right here. So before I place this on, I'm going to run this right underneath there. So I can run it back and forth. Let's put it right on here. So it's so good to see so many of you on here today. Okay, we're going to set this on here. And, you know, we may put this towards the top a little bit. We may not even run it underneath there. We may run it right here. Let's run this right up here. Normally I would tie a bow, but I am thinking that this card is not going to need a bow. And that's going to give me a lot of room to run that up and down. So let's set that here. And I am going to use my Stampin' Seal. So much, you know, it just really brings new life to your stamp sets when you use new colors, doesn't it? I don't know. I just feel like it's a new stamp set again. And makes me happy that I can be using it more, and it makes, you know, it just makes my heart sing filled with joy. Okay. Now let's put this on the back. I am just going to use my Stampin' Seal. I know normally I will use my tear and tape. So I'm just going to run this. And I'm actually going to weave it in here. I think it needs to be weaved. Let's unwrinkle it there. Okay. And if you wanted it wider, you could spread it. And it's going to go right underneath the corner of this one. It just barely goes there. Okay. So let's line that up like that. Okay. Love that. Okay, and I just realized I forgot to bring something over. So I'm probably going to run to the other side real quick. I put my new stuff on the other side. But we also have these 2022-2024 in color matte decorative dots. So let's get that. Open those up, and we're going to stick some of those on. And you know, we can use both colors. So we could use 3 colors if we want. So let's see how we want to get these on here. I want to add 3, and I think I am going to go with the larger size here, and then go with a small one. Now, you're going to look at these in their ombre effect, okay? This row here is darker, and then they get lighter, lighter, and lighter, and lighter. So you have 5 different shades of the same color, which I just love, because you may not want to have them really dark. Okay, we're going to put, oh no, I don't want that one there. I am going to use the dark one. We're going to put that right here. Okay, I think that's going to be it. So there's the happy birthday. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And you know, when you have your catalog, start making your list, take a look at the stamp sets that you already have. And I'm going to add myself to the stream. Oh, I thought I did. So hang on a second.
There we go. So I'm going to say goodbye to you and hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, Lorraine. I am glad that you guys love these. Oh, Alice from Indiana. Awesome. So thanks again, you guys. And until next week, happy stamping, everybody. Goodbye.